Hello everyone, I'm Kelsey and welcome to Get Booked. So today I'm going to be filming the book mid-year freak... that's not what it is at all. Mid-year book freakout. Nailed it! And this tag was created by Read Like Wildfire and Ellie Jane, so I will link their channel in the description below so you can go check their videos out too. Now, I wasn't tagged by anyone and it's not the middle of the year anymore, but whatever, I'm doing it anyway. First question is, best book you've read so far in 2015. For this, I'm picking Hero of Ages by Brandon Sanderson. This is the third book in the Mistborn trilogy, and this was just an amazing book. A great finish to the story. It had everything in it. It was heartbreaking, it was heartwarming, it was just the best conclusion ever, and I loved it. So that is why it is the best book. The second question is the best sequel I've read so far. And even though Hero of Ages could fit in with that too, but I'm going to pick Queen of Shadows by Sarah J Maas, the fourth book in the Throne of Glass series. This has kind of just been blowing up YouTube at the moment, so I'd be surprised if you haven't heard of it. But it was amazing. It was just everything I could want, and I love these books so much. Like, seriously, just everyone needs to read them. Everyone, ever. Same as Mistborn, just... The third question is new release I haven't read yet but want to. And for that, I'm picking The Wrath in the Dawn by Renee Ahdieh. Did actually have this in my Ribset TBR, but I didn't get to it, obviously. But I really, really want to read it. I just know I'm going to love it. I just like to take a moment to look at this. Isn't that pretty? Question number 4, my most anticipated release for the second half of the year. Now, if I actually did this in the middle of the year, then that answer would be Queen of Shadows, which came out on the 1st of September. However, it's not the end of the year. Middle of the year? What am I saying? However, as it's not the middle of the year, my answer will be Shadows of Self by Brandon Sanderson. And this is the 5th book, kind of, in the Mistborn series. I say kind of because there's like the original trilogy, and this is the 2nd book to the Wax and Wayne story, so I'm really excited for that. And this comes out October 6th, but that's with the publishing company Tor, and I collect my Brandon Sanderson books with the publishing company Golands, I think is how you pronounce it, and so that comes out on the 19th of November. Question number 5 is my biggest disappointment, and for that I'm choosing Tiger's Curse by Colleen Houck. I'm not sure. I always say I'm not sure. I feel like I say that with every author's name. But anyway, my mum actually read this at the beginning of the year. She read all the books, and then she got her friend to read all the books, and they both loved the series so much, and she kept wanting me to read it. I finally read it and just was like, really, is this what you've been going on about for all these months? That's disappointing. Thanks, Mum. I know you're watching. However, I will be going on with the series because she assures me that it gets better. She better not be lying. Question number 6 is my biggest surprise. And for that, I'm picking Elantris by Brandon Sanderson. Now, it's kind of a surprise, kind of not, just because Brandon Sanderson is my favourite author, so partly not surprising because of that reason and all. But the reason why I find it really surprising is because I'd heard so many things about it being not his best work and nowhere near as good as Mistborn and all of his other books, and this is his first published book, and so apparently you could tell that, and it just wasn't as good as everything else. So I went into it not expecting to like it as much as I did Mistborn, and I ended up loving it, like seriously loving it. This almost was the answer to the best book I've read this year. Definitely one of my favourite books ever. It's a standalone, which is really surprising me. I've actually been reading standalones quite a bit lately, and I don't love them as much as series because you get so much more in series, but this is an exception because I don't feel like I'm lacking in any aspect of this story, and I just love it. I love it. Question number 7 is favourite new author, either debut or new to me. And for that, I'm picking Garth Nix. This is the Old Kingdom trilogy, and I read Sabriel a couple of months back. I haven't gotten on to the 2nd and 3rd book yet, but this is my first Garth Nix book. And now I just want to read all of his books, and he's also an Aussie, which is pretty cool. Number 8, newest fictional crush. Now, you think this would be easy, but it's not. I feel like I didn't read that many new books with people that I would love enough to class as a fictional crush. So I'm picking, I don't know how to say it, if it's Rhysand or Rysand, something like that, from A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J Maas. Sarah J Maas just knows how to write a man, clearly, because so many of my fictional crushes are by her. We clearly have the same taste in men. she's got good taste. I also love Tamlin, but I love the bad boys. I want just the bad boys.
Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Question number 9 is newest favourite character. For this, I think I'm going to pick Mark Watney from The Martian by Andy Weir, which I think comes out in cinemas today. I really want to see that movie. He's just hilarious. I loved it. Even though he was in a horrible situation, he still was absolutely hilarious. And I really liked that. Question number 10, book that made me cry. Clockwork Princess by Cassandra Clare. That epilogue though. I bawled my eyes out like a bloody baby. Had my boyfriend and my mum come in, find me crying. Had my friend call me up in the middle of me crying and she got all worried. Oh, what's the matter, Kelsey? What's the matter? A book! A book! Yeah, it was pretty embarrassing, but I could not help it. I couldn't see through the tears to finish reading it, and so good. So good. Question number 11, book that made you happy. I don't read happy books. That's not a thing that happens. But I think I'm going to have to go Hero of Ages again, just because I really liked the ending of it, and I was really happy with the conclusion. So, this book. Question number 12 is favourite book to movie adaptation I saw this year. I cannot think of any that I've seen besides Insurgent, which no, I did not like that movie at all. Weird, because I watched the Divergent movie before I read the book and I loved it. Like, I actually thought I liked it more than I liked The Hunger Games, so obviously I was very excited to read it and I really didn't like it. Then I read Insurgent and didn't like that either, but I thought I might like the movie because I loved the first movie, and I hated that the most beyond anything else. I didn't like it at all. The question was, what's your favourite? But I'm changing it to what's my least favourite because it's the only one that I can think of. Question number 13, favourite video I posted this year. Now, I actually haven't posted this video yet because I only filmed it the other day and it's like pretty long, but it's a Queen of Shadows book talk, and I'm really happy with it because I've tried to film reviews before and they've just been epic failures because I've just cringed the whole time while rewatching it, and I was not putting that on the internet. So I was really hesitant to film this book talk because like a book discussion would have my thoughts all over the place, even more so than a review. I was afraid it was going to be all hibbly jibbly, and it wasn't, and I'm really happy with it. It's maybe a little bit longer than I would have liked, but still really happy with it. Still in the middle of editing it, but I will probably have that up like next week. Question number 14 is most beautiful book I bought this year. This book my mum actually bought, so it's hers, but it lives on my bookshelf, so I'm saying it anyway because it's so pretty. And that is Outlander by Diana Gabaldon, and this is the 20th anniversary edition, and it's all plushy and squishy, and it's got its own little bookmark. Everyone just gets so excited about those things. I don't know why, but I get excited too because it's great. It's just awesome. Why can't every book have that? It's just a piece of ribbon. 1 cent there, stick it on every book. And question number 15 is, what books do I need to read by the end of the year? All of them. All of them. But that's a tad bit unrealistic, so I'm just going to say all the books that I own that I haven't read. That's also unrealistic, but I mean, it's more doable, so yes. And I tagged Celia from Celia Reads. I will leave a link to her channel below because she's a new booktuber and everyone should go check her out because she's awesome. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know any books that you need to read by the end of the year, or if you agree with any of my answers. Thanks for watching. Like, comment and subscribe if you want to, and I will see you next time. Bye!